Mostly sunny skies today, high temperatures in the low 90s, and a southwest wind on this Friday about 10 miles per hour. Mostly clear overnight, that overnight temperature 70 to 75. More sunshine Saturday, and the high about 94, 95. Saturday night, if you're heading out on the town, it should be mostly clear in the mid-70s. There might be a stray shower or thunderstorm Sunday, partly sunny in the low 90s. Jonesboro, that's your KLEK 102.5 FM weather.
From Feature Story News in London, I'm Ollie Barrett. North Korea says it won't hold any more talks with South Korea as a result of Seoul's actions. US President Donald Trump says rapid progress is being made towards a post-Brexit trade deal with the UK. The United Nations Security Council will hold a rare meeting on Kashmir later, 2 weeks after India stripped the region of its autonomy. And Israel has banned 2 US Democratic Congresswomen from visiting the country.
It's 9:01.
Community Conversations is brought to you by Arkansas Early Learning, offering no-cost childcare in Jonesboro and Northeast Arkansas. Applications at arearlylearning.org.
Arkansas Early Learning is a nonprofit organization.
KLEK LP Jonesboro, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council. It's now time for Community Conversations, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place, while offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The views expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5 FM, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council, or our underwriters or sponsors.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday to you. I hope that you're having a great start to your day. You're tuned in to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. I'm your host, Kabila Jones, and my special guests today are Mrs. Keisha Higgins, Ms. or Mrs. Ms. or Mrs.
Miss, not married.
Brenda Butler and Mr. Gerard Lockhart. So thank you all for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Good
morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And as the title says, we are going to be talking about, well, for those out there listening, I'm sorry, you can't see. We're going to be talking about the Total Man Ministries that will be held at the Fullness of Joy Church on Thorn Street. And so let's just go. I've heard of this, program before, so I apologize, I don't know all the details. So let's just jump right into, first of all, how long has this program been going?
Oh, that's exciting. And that's why we're here. We're here to inform the community. So First thing we certainly want to say that Total Man Ministries is a collaboration of several community entities working to minister to the total man. And that doesn't necessarily mean male and gender, but meaning the total individual, mind, body, spirit, and personal commitment and personal development and growth. And so it's a total person outlook, and it's a total person approach. And so Total Man Ministries has been in existence for several years, but we're just really kind of getting ourselves out there and coming out with our community initiatives and programs. So we're super excited.
Yes.
Awesome. All right, and so let's go ahead and talk about when does it start, I guess the time frames, the date and time.
Sure. Well, there are several initiatives that are kind of already in the works, and I'm going to give the platform to Ms. Butler to talk about one of her initiatives that falls into Total Man, and then Ms. Keisha will talk about something that she has coming up really soon.
Okay.
The initiative that I'm heading up is NA, which stands for Narcotic Anonymous, and we've been having sessions, if you will, or meetings is the better word, since July. The 9th was our first one. We have them every Tuesday and every Thursday at 7 p.m. for an hour there. And in this NA program, NA and other entities such as NA, like AA, is a standalone entity. And so we have it at Kelly Hall on 2116 Thorn Street here in Jonesboro, in Kelly Hall. And so we're excited about its beginnings, and we're excited about its continued growth.
All right, so can you talk about the impact that it has, and then why a program of this kind is important, and not just to the minority community, but in general to a community, why substance abuse type programs are important?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Yes.
Well, substance abuse programs such as NA, AA, Celebrate Recovery, are important to the community because, of course, methamphetamine is a big thing. Crack cocaine is a big thing. And so programs like this, especially like NA, is because it's not connected to a church per se, it brings all different kinds of individuals in. And so, like you said, not just to the African American community, but to all individuals. Anybody is welcome to AANA.
Yes.
Anybody is welcome to the CR Foundation. I mean, CR, Celebrate Recovery People. And so, yeah, these kind of programs are important because everybody can't afford to go inpatient to rehabs.
Yes. Yes.
And so these kind of programs are saying, hey, we're going to help. NA basically does say it's a community in which we help each other stay clean. And so it's they're very important, very needed.
And I think it's also important to realize, too, in the not just the community, but overall in the U.S., there's an opioid epidemic right now. And so NA is really addressing that epidemic right now. It's very, very, very prevalent right now.
I think that all of our initiatives speak to the core values of what our Total Man Ministry is. And those core values, I mentioned them earlier, are personal and spiritual growth, commitment, community responsibility, outreach, and collaboration. So this is just an example of our core values. And Keisha has a fantastic program that's coming up really soon. I would love for her to maybe have a few moments to talk about that.
I want to just make. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
He's trying to run your show.
You know, I was a communications major in undergrad, so I'm trying to be great out here.
Well, I'm a communications major now in grad school.
Absolutely, and we're proud of you too.
But I just want to drive home the message for those out there listening and watching that once you take care of one part, or of course each part, but you start addressing each part of a person, and if it is a narcotics or other substance, situation, it helps them to realize what their responsibility within the community is. And then once they start breaking free of that bondage of whatever was holding them back, they can then start getting a job. Once they start getting clean, getting a job, and become a more productive, participating citizen within the community in which they live. And also on the other side, they need our support. Those who are on the other side, maybe who have never gone through but still want to see them win, so to speak. So let's support and lift these individuals up that are going through these programs, because it takes a lot to say I need help.
Absolutely.
Yes, it does.
You have to be very vulnerable for one thing. You have to be honest to say that you need, because everybody, we may know that you need help, but for you to actually acknowledge that you need help, that's a whole other level. And then you said something too. You said that they will be able to help them get jobs and work, and we do have a class that's coming up later on that is a
career readiness
program.
Oh, wow.
So when we're talking about the Total Man, each facet is going to work together.
That's amazing.
To help the individuals.
Absolutely. All right. And so, Ms. Keisha, so what?
Hi.
What part of the man is your program?
So I am going to head off the effective parenting classes. So my class will actually begin on the 20th. My classes are, it's going to be an 8 to 10 week program. I think 8 weeks. And so one thing that that we're going to talk about as far as effective parenting, I pulled up this definition because it fits perfectly as far as what we're going to talk about. Effective parenting is learning to parent the child that you have, not the child you wish you had. It's not about being a perfect parent. It's about being a good enough parent. Effective parenting techniques focus on holding your child accountable for misbehavior and on developing better problem-solving skills.
Wow.
So that definition is what we're aiming for. And it's also, growing up in different communities, sometimes you only do what you know to do, and you only do what you've been taught to do.
Yes, ma'am.
And as we all know, that does not work all the time.
Right.
And so, if you've been raised to just scream, to hit, to punish without saying why, just sit down, shut up, just because I said so. Well, it's a different breed of children out here now. And so, and then the parents are younger and younger.
Yes.
And so when you have a 15, 16, 18-year-old raising a 1 and 2, they're raising them from a child's perspective. If they don't understand, then it's just gonna be a continuous cycle.
Yes, ma'am.
So
one of the things I was going to add to that, Keisha, is that children are introduced to things so much quicker now than probably when we were children. And so when I think about maybe a single mom raising a young man, it's just a process of raising a young man is very different than probably raising a young lady. And so learning how to address those differences is really critical. It's really critical. And parenting has to look a little bit different.
Yes.
We don't want to raise angry young men. We don't want to raise as some people say, fast young ladies, right? Yeah. We want to raise them. We want to raise them in environments that are healthy and whole. And guess what, guys? It looked different probably from how I was even raised personally. And so these classes are going to be fantastic, and we definitely want to know classes are free.
Absolutely, everything is free. So my classes will be like Brenda Butler. I think yours are an hour. Mine are an hour as well. So it'll be from 6 to 7 on Tuesdays, beginning August the 20th at Kelly Hall at 2116 Thorn Street.
And this is a collaborative effort. So each one of us personally bring education and background and influence from various community entities. Our programming board is made of individuals from various community entities. So this is a collaborative effort.
Absolutely.
It's a collaborative outreach for a large community.
Absolutely.
Right. And then I want to add to what Keisha said. First, I want to address Ms. Christy Mathis Conway. Thank you so much for holding it down. In our comment section, she's putting in the information so I don't have to struggle. So I don't have to struggle and type. But thank you so much.
Go, Christy. Thank you.
Yay, Christy.
For holding down the comment section for me. All right, and so make sure to please drop the address.
Yes, it's 2116 Thorn Street.
Please drop the address for me, Ms. Christy. And then she also asked, is the parenting classes just for those with young kids or any age?
Absolutely not. They're free. The classes are open.
Okay.
They're open to the community, so you do not have to necessarily have a child to come to the class. So because there's all types of information that will be given out.
It could be expecting mothers and fathers.
Exactly. Exactly. So it does not. You do not per se have to have a child to come to the class. The information will cover a multitude. We're even going, which you may want to talk about this later, but we're even going to talk about co-parenting.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. Co-parenting effectively together.
Yes. Blended families.
Yeah. We're gonna co-parent on one accord.
We're gonna say the same thing.
Yeah, and that's in unison together, because we had this child together, so we're gonna co-parent like we got some sense.
And we have to think about the child.
Absolutely.
No matter how you feel about the other person, you have to think about the child and what they need, and how the parenting you give them will affect them their whole life.
Absolutely.
You know, sometimes there are many adults who are still stuck in that arrested development stage because of what happened at a certain point in time that makes such a huge impact on their life. They can't figure out, why do I have this attitude, behavior? Why do I possess these characteristics? Well, it's because something happened here.
Yes.
And so hopefully once they start realizing, okay, what happened? How can I break free from it? I mean, this goes for every aspect of your life.
Yes.
What happened here?
Yes.
How can I address it, change, fix, whatever, and move forward?
And that's one thing. Too quick. You just all up in my stuff, Bill. So one thing, a couple things that we're going to do: assessments, because we need to assess where you are.
Okay.
You know, because I think sometimes when you look at things on paper, black and white, that it don't lie. It's going to tell you, because you can think certain stuff, but when you look at the paper, it's like, ooh, okay. So just to see where you are as a parent, and then a survey concerning your child. How much do you actually know about your child? I think that especially when you have multiple children, because each child is completely different, and you can't necessarily I can't raise, even though Gerard and Brenda grew up together in the same house. Gerard thinks, acts differently. Brenda may be quiet, she may be more internal, he may be more vocal. So I have to know how to parent them effectively together but separate.
And that's excellent. And that kind of brings back home one of the points of Total Man Ministry. It's about meeting individuals at the very point of their need, regardless of where you are, regardless of what struggles you may have. We want to meet you right there where you are, and to help you become a complete and total individual.
Absolutely.
And that kind of goes back to the comment I was going to make, that's in relation to the one I made to Ms. Brenda concerning Okay, once we learn how to parent our children the way they need and desire, the way they need to be parented, I'm put it like that, we can plant the seeds that will grow into them being productive,
Yes.
you know, being a participating member again. So it's all, it's all tied in together.
Yes,
it
is
is
interconnected, and we use a key word all the time: interdisciplinary.
Okay.
It all works
together
in congruence with each other.
Okay.
You know, so we have a parent that may also struggle with addiction.
Absolutely.
It all works together.
Absolutely.
Or we may have a parent who's frustrated with parenting because they can't provide for their child.
Yes.
That's why we have the career readiness classes.
Yes.
So it's all collaborating together to meet them at the point of their need. And everybody needs help.
Absolutely.
Everybody needs help.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Chrissy, for putting the address in there. Shout out to Officer Hagen trying to keep our streets of Jonesboro safe.
Hi, Jay.
Good morning, Officer Hagen, brother.
Have an awesome day.
Good morning to Miss Chelsea Chapman. And Christy says we help the whole family unit, which impacts the yes, ma'am. Yes. Once you help the family, it does have an impact on the community because the family will in turn be more mindful and conscious of their behaviors and attitudes, and then it will start spreading out.
Absolutely.
If negativity is brewed within the home, that's going to spill out. So whatever seeds are planted and are nurtured, and whatever sprouts from that is going to spread.
Absolutely.
Chrissy said something good on here. She said it is like a wraparound approach.
Wraparound.
Yeah,
exactly.
Perfect. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And so, no, which kind of brings another point that I certainly want to mention that we're providing through our Total Man Ministry. School has just started back.
Yeah.
Kids have rolled back into school, and so parents are working till 5 and maybe are concerned about childcare and where to go. We're offering an after-school program.
Absolutely.
Through Total Man Ministry, and so they can contact the church number at 870-930-9569. It's very easy to get your child registered, and it's not just going to be a place where they're hanging out and running. We're going to be doing a little bit of tutoring and a little bit of fun, and we'll be feeding them as well. So it'll be a wonderful, safe environment for your child. And I think about parents all the time. I work, my wife works, and where's my child going to go after school that I trust?
That you trust.
And that is safe for them. And that's certainly a great option in the community that we want to encourage individuals to sign up for.
All right. So
there is a $10 application fee for that.
For the after school program.
Just a one-time application.
One time, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So again, Total Man Ministries is bringing all these wonderful initiatives.
Yes.
That's
initiatives
to the community to help the whole person, not just men and women.
Absolutely.
And
children.
Children. Now, during the parenting class, are the children allowed to come with the parent to the class?
At this time, yes. Yes, they can come. We are working to get some childcare services, but yes, they're absolutely welcome. We will have something provided, for them to entertain themselves while their parents are going through the class. So they are absolutely welcome to come. Yes, ma'am.
And then going back to Narcotics Anonymous,
yes,
are people who are not going through addiction allowed to come and support people?
Yes, ma'am, they are. They're allowed to come also because our NA meeting is going to be open, which means it's open to individuals who are with addiction and even those who are not to come and to learn about the program. So yes, ma'am, they are allowed to come.
And I think the more that we who are not dealing with those issues learn what people who are dealing with those issues go through, what their mindset, it's easy for us to say, well, just stop doing it, but it's not that easy.
It's not that easy.
Because if it were, we wouldn't be in A.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. No, it's not that easy.
During the sessions, do you do you encourage the participants to really dig deep and recognize the root of what caused them to?
Absolutely. When you were speaking about when you're children and things that affect you when you're adults. So yes, we focus on the 12 steps, and one of the 12 steps, I'm paraphrasing, says you take a moral and search and inventory of your life and of you, and you search out and you figure out I asked someone the other day about their brother, and I asked them what is the source of their pain.
Yes.
And most of the time, individuals with addictions, it stems from something. Yes. You know, you just don't grow up deciding, you know, I'll just be a crackhead. You know, that's what I want to do in my life. Absolutely. And so something happened. And it doesn't always, and I've learned in my career, it doesn't always have to be some kind of trauma. It could be peer pressure. Yes. You know, people come into addictions by at least 5 different avenues, and one of the avenues is peer pressure and community and where you grew up, and it could be family, it could be psychological, it could be medical. And so we delve into that, or we delve into that particular step which says take that inventory and look at what's going on with you. Yes. And that's a catalyst to start trying to get some help on you.
And one of the reasons why we selected NA as our target area to address addictions is because of the evidence that's been supported in the data, that's in the research that's out there. There's data, there's research that supports and discusses that NA is effective and that it works. And so Ms. Butler brought that information to the team, and we were like, hey, let's do it. And the evidence supports that it definitely does work.
Yes. I'm very happy that you want to bring these programs to the community, and I really hope that everybody's participates. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Excuse me, y'all. I hope people really take advantage and participate in what you have to offer. It's not every day someone is genuinely trying to offer help. You know, there's sometimes a catch, and there's all these hoops and things to jump through and paperwork and all this, but this is no strings attached.
No,
you know?
None whatsoever. None whatsoever. And that's why we want to kind of really emphasize that Total Man's Ministries is not a church.
Absolutely.
It is a community organization. And ministry simply means meeting needs. And that's exactly what we're about, is meeting the needs of the individual.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to take a quick break and then jump into the other programs when we come back. And we will address Ms. Chrissy's question about, do you all have a referral process for those that might need more intensive services, for lack of a better word? And good morning to Mrs. Elder Sheila Griggs Lacey. All right,
Good morning, Lacey.
All right, we'll be right back after these messages.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
What can we learn about life from baseball? I'm Mark Merrill with today's Family Minute. Here are 3 life lessons from one of America's favorite pastimes. First, patience is a virtue. The desire today for instant success is overwhelming. But baseball shows us that even the best players only hit the ball about 3 out of 10 times. So having patience is key to succeeding in baseball and in life. Second, baseball teaches us how to deal with pressure. It takes less than a half a second for a ball to travel from pitcher to catcher. A batter must stay really focused under pressure to hit the ball. Well, with the pressures of daily living, it's important for us to stay focused on what's really important, our relationships. Remember, your family first.
Family Minute is made possible by the Kappa Nu Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, a non-profit organization committed to service to all mankind. Kappa Nu Omega Alpha Kappa Alpha on Facebook and KNOMEGA1908.com.
Family Minute is brought to you by the Gears Foundation, a non-profit organization providing students with assistance in their academic and career pursuits. Gears Foundation on Facebook, Gears_Inc. on Instagram, and the Gears Foundation at gmail.com.
Anointed Prolude, 1216 East Johnson Avenue, serves the Jonesboro community inspired by Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. They offer brake service, oil changes, tire plugs, basic tune-ups, wiper blade changes, bulb changes, and coolant system flushes. Open Monday, Thursday, and Friday 8 to 5, Tuesday and Wednesday 8 to 4, and Saturday 8 to 2. More information 870-520-5039.
Fullness of Joy Ministries, along with NEA Baptist and the D'Angelo Williams Foundation, will be hosting a free luncheon at 11:30 a.m. Saturday, August 24th at the church located at 2120 Thorn Street. Free mammogram vouchers will be given to qualifying patients. More information available at 870-930-9569. From the KLEK Community Calendar. AC Care Service is a free service available to all Annie Camp students. It includes free access to personal hygiene products, clothing items, and a laundry service. Protecting the privacy of each student accessing this service is a major priority. The students initiate the process by submitting their request via a Google form. After the request is processed, students will receive a notice that their request is ready for pickup. As aforementioned, maintaining confidentiality during transactions is paramount. The student's personal locker will be the pickup and drop-off location. Locker space is available. More information available via Kevin Ryan at 870-933-5820.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
Welcome back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. My special guests are Mrs. Keisha Higgins, Miss Brenda Butler, and Mr. Gerard Lockhart. They're here discussing the Total Man Ministries that will be taking place at Fullness of Joy Ministry. And we're going to run back, closer to the end, we're going to run back through the dates and times of the programs. We want to make sure to get all the information in first, so those out there that are listening and watching can make some notes, or decide which one they want to go to, what benefits them. We always do take advantage of all the programs
Right. Excellent.
You all have to offer. I want to say one little thing about parenting. You mentioned about you don't have to have a child. It'd be great for caregivers of children to come
Absolutely.
because
Absolutely.
you talked about co-parenting, but what if there is a parent and an aunt, sister, whatever, cousin.
Yes.
They need to know how to be consistent and cohesive in their parenting style.
Yes.
I love that.
Excellent. That's an excellent idea. One other thing I wanted to mention about the parenting class, I know we got a couple other things we want to hit on. There will also, we're going to set goals in the parenting class, and then we'll also have action plans. So a couple things on the action plan. Because remember I said we're going to look at the children individually. We're going to separate. I may have 5, but we need to learn how to parent individually, but collectively. So a couple things in the action plan. Okay, you're going to look and say, what am I currently doing as far as my parenting that is or is not working? What can I do more of? So am I pushing my child enough? Am I not? Am I encouraging them enough?
Excellent.
Am I disciplining them enough? Because you may be slack. I don't know. And then how long will it take me before I can make something a habit that needs to become a habit?
Oh, that's very good.
To break a bad habit and then to interchange that with a good habit. So we know usually it's 21 days, but it may take me longer than 21 days to be realistically putting something into place.
Right, because we all know behaviors are learned.
Absolutely.
And to break a pattern, you have to change it, and you have to do it consistently in order for it to become habitual. Excellent.
Absolutely. So those are just a couple of things. And then the goals would be for parents and for children.
Oh, wow.
So we're going to set goals for your child. So you may have a child that's acting out. We need to figure out, why is this child acting out? Why is this child angry? Let me go back. I'm not a perfect parent. By no means.
I know I'm not.
Okay?
I know I'm not.
But I think I can say that I know how to be honest with myself and look at things that I need to do to make this work better. Okay? So that's where I'm coming from. I'm with you. I'm not coming to talk it. I'm coming to talk to you and to help you. Okay, so I need to put that disclaimer out there. We're not saying that we're perfect and that we haven't had issues and that we haven't, we're coming to assist and to help, not talk at and to condemn and all that. We're not doing that. Okay?
Right. And, one thing, and we've talked, you and I have talked about this before, Keisha, that children act out for they act out for a reason, and we need to learn that, lost. I know what I'm trying to say. Kids are not going to tell you what they need directly because they either don't know how to articulate it, put it into the right words, or they just don't want to tell you. So it is up to the parent to learn their child, behaviors, attitudes, look at the trigger, look at the environment, and try to parent based on that.
Absolutely.
And sometimes creating that safe space where your children are comfortable knowing I can talk to mom or I can talk to dad about this, and it's safe.
And it's safe.
Yeah, they're not going to yell at me. They're not going to, punch me. They're not going to, whatever, or take everything away from me. They're going to actively listen to me.
If you have been doing that, then how can we
shift the
it.
narrative,
right.
change the
and
narrative.
If you have been doing that, then we've got to change it and make it safe for them where they can build that trust. Okay, now she's been doing this for 15 years. So, so it's not going to change overnight. Okay?
Exactly.
So you got to build this trust up. Like, okay, Johnny, it's so if you tell me I'm not going to retaliate this time, I'm going to sit and even if it hurts.
And you may want to because that's your initial reaction. Yes.
So it's just talking about how to change those habits and those mindsets.
Over time.
I'm over time. Yes,
all right.
ma'am.
So to get deeper into this conversation, go out on August 20th from 6 to 7 p.m. and enjoy this class. Initiative. I'm sorry.
Initiative. That's it. 8 weeks worth of initiative.
All right. And so we don't get too far ahead, too out of time. Let's go ahead and dive into some of the other initiatives.
Sure. But before we do that, you asked a question right before break. You asked, how does one get connected or how do they referral?
Yes.
So we have a phone number.
Yes.
And I want you to write this down. We're going to post it on Facebook. We have a number. So if you're interested about any more information about Total Man Ministry, or you would like to get information to our Narcotics Anonymous initiative or our parenting class initiative, please contact area code 501-313-3712. One of our team members is going to answer that call.
You can call or text.
She's going to answer that call or return your text message, and she's going to provide you with direction and place you in the right hands to get you connected to the initiative that you find that you have interest in. But that number again is 501 or 501-313-3712.
And we also want to say that our facilitators are professionals. We also have lived experience. We have certifications. So it's not, we're just not just throwing people out there, random people out there. These people have
credentialing or professional licensure,
yes,
or life experience.
Yes.
It's going to be a nice myriad or mix of individuals that bring different types of experiences to the table. So I believe that if you participate, you're going to find it enjoyable. Yes. As we mentioned before, you're going to find us meeting you at the point of your need, right where you are. You're going to find that the space is safe and it's welcoming, and you can be authentically yourself.
Right. Yes.
Some other initiatives that we have coming down the pipe that I think are going to be really helpful. First one is our career readiness initiative. It could span from how to appropriately dress for an interview, how to effectively job search, right? Because I think some people have, once again, starting with assessment. What are your skills? It's not that what you've always been doing. You kind of get stuck in a rut that way. What is it that you're interested in? It could be we need to connect you to returning back to school. It could be that we need to put you in a class on keyboarding, typing. It could be just all sorts of things to really assess kind of what your desires are and match it with your skill set. Because I think some people have a desire to be a nurse or a doctor, but hate science. Well, that's probably not the career for you. So we need to really figure out how that's going to work.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
Some other things that we have coming up is dealing with grief and loss.
Yes.
I think that's really important as we just look at this time that we are at in our country. People are experiencing a lot of loss and grief. It could be financial loss. It could be the loss of a loved one, and really how to grieve through those processes in a really healthy way. And so we'll be having some initiatives and dealing with grief and loss. And another class or initiative that we hope to address is just total life management. How to just manage life. Which I know I probably need to be the first one in the seat signed up and getting some information. But just managing all the aspects of it. How to deal with relationships. How to deal with your children. How to deal with your finances. How to deal with stress. How to deal with how to deal with basic household maintenance and repairs. I mean, it's just dealing with life and how to balance it all in a really effective way.
Because what ends up happening is you're trying to juggle or balance. You ever seen those pictures? People have like these plates on a stick.
Yes.
And they're trying to, they got one on the nose, head, hand. You know, it's like you're trying to balance all this stuff and keep a smile on your face and keep, keep it going and all of sudden something.
Yeah. And guess what? Sometimes it's okay not to have that smile. And I think that sometimes that's part of that total life management piece. It's okay that today is not the best day for me. Tomorrow may be better.
Yes.
But how do I live in that moment and be authentic to myself and to the people around me that, hey, today is a little rough. Another thing that I think that we want to certainly mention, we don't profess to be the experts in this. That's why we're a community collaborative initiative. We believe in referring to other networks within the community that maybe have a little bit more expertise than what we have or what our facilitators may have. So dealing with mental health, dealing with different community resources, ranging from housing to food insecurities, just whatever we can do to help the individual. We believe in referring and kind of spanning out to meet individuals at the point of their need. That's what ministry is about.
Just going back to the career readiness, I know that there are many clothing closets and that will offer attire for interviews. Then there's also the different job referral services, and then places that actually help you. They're not our sponsor, I'm not going to mention their names, but they help you with resume and different things of that nature and walk you through the process. So hopefully people take advantage of what you have to offer, and then they will take that and try to really apply that to their life.
Right.
Again, and what I'm hearing, again, I said it from the beginning, with all these initiatives, it's okay, how can I be a better me in the community in which I live? How can I contribute in a positive manner to my community? Because my neighbors are depending on me to maintain my part, do my part. And when we all do our part, the community can thrive and be wonderful. Right. But when certain areas are lacking and then no one's trying to support and lift those people up, then it becomes it's like a disease.
Right. And I think the biggest issue as a community, oftentimes, the danger point is when you begin to deal with life in silence. And you don't raise your hand and say, I'm struggling here, or I need some help here. And I think part of it's cultural, and I think part of it is just how we've been kind of raised. Kind of what happens in this house, it stays in this house. Yes. And so sometimes we're not comfortable with saying, hey, Sister Keisha, or hey, Miss Brenda, I really need some help here. And so that secret lies with you, and then that secret becomes a part of kind of your interactive DNA. So it comes with you to work, it comes with you to church, it goes with you to the grocery store, it even goes with you when you're taking out the trash. And so that little piece, or that kind of monkey on your shoulder, is just walking around with you until you kind of raise that hand or call our number 501-313-3712 and say, hey, I need some help here. What resource can you give me? Once we ask for help in the appropriate place, then I believe we can finally see change happening in our own personal lives. So it's okay to ask for help, it's okay to seek help, and it's okay to need
and
help.
Also, communities have gone silent too, because you can be in a community and you see Johnny Blue. We know that Johnny Blue has always been on drugs, but nobody says anything. We just watch him walk around. Nobody tries to intervene. We know that Patty Sue has 12 kids, and she's struggling, and she doesn't work, but nobody says anything.
Now we'll talk about
her, but nobody offers her a hand. Nobody's offering to help her. We see that, it's 10 kids over here we know that they haven't eaten in 5. I'm just giving examples, and we don't say anything. So in order for community, we have to go back and grab our communities and take them back and not be silent anymore. So I think that's a big part of Total Man Ministries, is just meeting needs. And we see needs that need to be met. And so instead of us sitting back any longer and being quiet, it's time to step out and do something.
I want to go back to, the point when you talked about, we'll talk about people. We need to create those safe spaces. Those safe havens for people to feel comfortable. All the times we have, and I say we collectively, have endured people in certain businesses, what are supposed to be social programs. And I'm not going to say anyone by name, but let's just say sometimes the people view that job as just a job.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
they're not there to
Yes,
help
ma'am.
this person.
Yes.
So it makes people reluctant to reach out for help.
Yes.
Absolutely. Because people feel minimized or
Yes.
diminished
Absolutely.
when you walk in those spaces.
Absolutely.
We're a place of acknowledging that we've all needed help.
Right.
Yes.
Some of us still need help. We in the process of the middle, so we get all of that. No one is diminished. Your information is safe. You're treated as a person.
Yes.
And I think that's really, you're treated
Yes.
as a person. One of the things that we wanted to mention is that we do have a career readiness clothing closet right now. It's just for women through Total Man. They can contact. It's located in the Kelly Building, 2116 Thorn Street, and they can call 930-9569 to make an appointment to come by to the clothing closet. So, is there any women out there that are looking to return to work or have an interview and don't feel comfortable with what you have, or don't feel like it's effective enough, or it's interview appropriate?
Yes.
Contact us through Total Man Ministries, through the church. It's located at 2116 Kelly Hall, though. And you'll be placed with a wonderful young lady who happens to be my sweeheart. And she will help you find what you need to be ready for that amazing interview. Good morning, sweetie. We love you.
I want to say good morning to Miss S.L. Robinson. She says, love this. Good morning, all. Speak Gerard and Keisha, take our community back. And good morning to Mr. Ian Buchanan, who says, great stuff, guys. I love my church.
Good morning,
and
Ian.
then Christy mentioned earlier that also Fullness of Joy is it the Fullness of Joy closet, or is it Total Man?
No, it's a Total Man empowering women's business clothing closet. So it's located.
Separate.
It's separate from the ministry. Fullness of Joy, but it is located inside of our Total Man building, which is adjoined to the church at 2116.
And we just want to
Street.
reiterate that this is not church.
Yes.
Total Man is totally separate. Okay, so that's why we want to ministry is just meeting
people at their needs,
but this is separate.
Okay.
So for those who may be thinking, okay, this is a Fullness of Joy, no, it's not. It's just located on the same property.
Right. It's on the same property. Yes.
Right.
So, all right, we want to make that clear. We're not trying to push you one way or another.
That's right. That's right.
We want everyone to feel comfortable coming out.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We want to help you become a better you.
Yes.
And however that's experienced, we're here to help you do that.
Yes.
All right. And Miss Lachey says, do you need women's clothing? You should just clean out her closet.
Yes, certainly. We will certainly accept donations if she contacts the number that we provided. Talk with Lorinda Lockhart, or if she contacts the number we gave for referral for Total Man. Either way, we will certainly get with her and figure out a pickup time and get those items from her.
All right. And then Miss Lorinda says, love you, Gerard.
I love you too, baby.
All right. Enough of the mushy stuff. I'm not going to hate on you. All right. So these initiatives are really wonderful. Again, going back to what someone said, their wraparound services, taking care of every part of the person's needs and, whatever they're dealing with. And if they're having parenting issues, if they're having job issues, if they're having just life issues, it could lead them to,
you sure can,
to narcotics and other substances to mute the frustrations, and to numb the pain and the issue, whatever. So hopefully we don't have to have them, try to prevent them from coming to your classes. But in the event,
it's there, it's real. As much as we sometimes want to make it taboo,
yes,
it's real.
And I want to hit on this real quick.
Okay.
Again, addiction is like the elephant in the room. Nobody wants to talk about it, but it's there, and it's all over the place.
Yes.
And so I want to again iterate that our NA meetings are open.
Okay.
And so if there is a parent who has having a issue with a son or daughter who don't understand, why come they just can't stop? Why they on this dope? Old folks call it dope. They call it dope. It is open to come and sit and listen. It's for individuals who have addiction and those who don't, who just want to understand what this thing is all about. Yes. We want to also mention, right now we're not doing this, but there is a Alcoholic Anonymous or AA, Al-Anon. Al-Anon, that's what it is. Yes. Which are meetings for parents or family members of addicts.
Yes.
And it is just geared toward them, so they can be taught and they can be educated about what this is. And as I sit here thinking, we need to do that because there's a lot of people. I did that before when we had. There's a lot of people who don't understand what this is all about. How did this start? Where did it start? And so many parents end up thinking they're the blame.
Absolutely.
And they need to realize they're not. And then we need to get parents to understand that they don't need to be enablers also.
Yes, that's good.
And so they end up enabling the child to keep in this road of destruction. And so I wanted to mention that. We're open. We want you to come and learn. And very soon, hopefully, we can establish a meeting for individuals who just want to learn about it.
Yes. And those classes are on Tuesdays and Thursdays?
Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 o'clock in Kelly Hall.
2116 Thorn Street here in Jonesboro, Arkansas.
All right.
So as you can see, we will be having some classes kind of not going at the same time, but
kind of simultaneously.
But because when mine began on August the 20th, mine will be from 6 to 7, and then Brenda will have 7 to 8. So we have plenty. Trust me, we have plenty of space.
Okay.
So don't feel like, oh, okay, I don't know what. No, just come. Just come.
Absolutely.
And I also want to say, as far as the parenting class, we will hit on young adults. As far as that age group with parents that have teens, young adults, because parenting transitions as the people get older.
All right. We're getting ready for break, so I don't want to get cut off from saying what you were saying. We definitely will pick that back up when you come back. You're tuning in to Community Conversations. One second morning, Kevin Johnson, Jessica Williams. Thank you all for checking in. Share this message. Share this video. We'll be right back with more information after these announcements.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
We're back with Money Matters. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. Before you take on the title of landlord, check out these tips. First, learn and fully understand tenant laws. Also, be clear on tenant rights, including what you may be required to do in order to evict a tenant. Depending on where you live, you may need a court order or more to forcibly evict a tenant even if they stop paying rent. Consult with your tax pro. When converting a home from a primary residence to rental property, your tax deductions will change and the rent you receive must be reported as income. Screen potential tenants thoroughly, including rental payment history. Set up a separate bank account for finances related to your rental property, including security deposits and rental income and expenses. Finally, be sure you're ready for the demands of being a landlord, in addition to your job, family, and other obligations. If you're not sure, consider hiring a property management firm. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. for Money Matters, a product of American Urban Radio Networks.
Money Matters is made possible by the Jonesboro Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, a nonprofit organization focused on joy in our sisterhood, power in our voice, and service in our hearts. www.jonesboroalumnidst.org.
Money Matters is brought to you by Bancorp South, offering checking, savings, loans, credit cards, and wealth management. 5 locations in Jonesboro to serve you. www.bancorpsouth.com or 870-972-9800.
Money Matters is brought to you by the Gears Foundation, a nonprofit organization providing students with assistance in their academic and career pursuits. Gears Foundation on Facebook, Gears_Inc. on Instagram, and the Gears Foundation at gmail.com.
Help keep KLEK on the air. We are seeking 100 donors to give at least $20 per month, but we are happy with any gift, large or small. Come by our studio at 1411 Franklin Street in Jonesboro. Call us at 870-277-1080 or visit our website, klekfm.org, or you can use the Cash App, $KLEKFM, or text KLEK1. Send it to 44321.
KLEK thanks CJ Pepper and the staff of Life Strategies Counseling Incorporated for helping people through hard times in life such as depression, family issues, stress, abuse, and more. They offer counseling and therapy for all ages, individuals, families, and groups. They are located at 1217 Stone Street. Phone number 1-866-972-1268 or online at lscihelp.com. Starks Auto Plaza at 2829 Red Wolf Boulevard is a proud KLEK supporter, offering luxury pre-owned vehicles sold wholesale to the public. At Starks, we never say no. 870-203-9980. Details at starksautoplaza.com.
The McDaniel Law Firm, 400 South Main Street in Jonesboro, is a firm believer in justice and equality for the minority community. The McDaniel Law Firm has fought for our rights for over 44 years. The McDaniel Law Firm offers legal help for wrongful death as well as trucking and automobile accidents. Bobby and Brett McDaniel are available for a free consultation at 870-336-4747 or at www.mcdaniellawyers.com.
KLEK 102.5 FM wants to be active in the community. If you or your organization is hosting a community service event, we would like to know about it and be a part of it. KLEK will promote your event on air, online, and on social media. KLEK personalities may also attend the event and provide music and or entertainment. Certain restrictions and availability may apply. If you or your organization would like to partner with KLEK to make the Jonesboro community a better place, call 870-277-1080 or email us at klek@klekfm.org. In order for a community announcement or church announcement to be aired on KLEK 102.5 FM, we ask that the announcement be sent at minimum 1 week in advance. Thank you for supporting KLEK 102.5 FM.
KLEK 102.5 FM salutes small businesses. Small businesses promote local character and success, keeping money in the local economy, local jobs, entrepreneurship, community well-being, and so much more. Contact us today to learn more on how your small business could be featured on KLEK for as little as $25 per month.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
Welcome back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. I want to thank every person out there for listening, watching, tuning in, participating. I really appreciate you all's feedback, and thank you, Miss Christie, for holding it down, and Elder Lacey for chiming in, and thank you all for keeping me from having to struggle and type all that information. We hope that everyone is taking notes, taking screenshots, whatever you need to do. All right, so we're going to wrap up real quick, and we'll recap and then wrap up.
Sure. So I know there was a couple of things that we wanted to mention when we talk about our referral network. There may be some that are out there that desire to return to school, and so we do a lot of referrals to our A-State A-State Newport campus, as well as A-State Jonesboro campus. So those of you that maybe need some support on how to return to school, we certainly help with that as well. One of the things we did want to say is that every participant receives kind of what we call a self-care guide or a pocket guide when they come and participate in one of our initiatives. And it's just really simple. It has about 30 different reminders of things to do for self, whether that's take a trip or to journal or to stay active and keep moving. It's just things that you can do to remind self to take care of self.
Can you hold one up to the camera?
Yeah.
Oh, that is so cute. Oh, it is. It fits right in a purse. And I have a little purse, so that would fit right in my purse.
Perfect. Well, I'll give you this one, Miss Kabila.
Oh, thank you. We have a question right quick. Ms. Lachey says, does this ministry have a Facebook page? I would love to include this in the community resource director she's compiling.
We're actively working on developing our social media platforms, so they're not 100% up and functioning right now, but as soon as they are, Lachey, we'll certainly let you know and send the handle out so you can include us, and we appreciate you looking to add us to all of the wonderful work that you're doing, so thank you.
And she's working with Mrs. Emma and some others to help bring back NJ and I, so hopefully you all will get to come and speak. Even if you don't live on the north side of town, you can still participate and share this information with those individuals. All right, so we're going to the program. Do the initiative. I keep on the program.
It's okay.
Initiatives. All right, so NA, career readiness, effective parenting. There's an after-school program which has a $10 one-time application fee. Grief and loss, and then total life management.
Total life management. Excellent.
Now I want to go back to the grief and loss real quick because we didn't elaborate very much on that. Some people grieve other things other than death. So when you hit on that type of grief, or even if it's compassionate grief like that, I grieve when others are grieving certain losses. And like you said, it's loss of a job, loss of a family member, loss of something.
Right.
Before we start, sorry, we actually do have a Facebook page. I forgot about that. I think it was just created pretty recently. So it is a Total Man Ministry page on Facebook. There is one.
Okay.
We can get
and the link I think
it's on. They just Chrissy just put the link.
Added it in the thread.
And, so there is one.
All right.
Sorry about that misinformation.
And so when you talk about grief and loss, I think that sometimes people are just limited to the loss of a loved one or a death or a physical death of someone, but it could be loss of a friendship that you had for many years. It could have gone south. It could be the loss of, you were living well and you had to file bankruptcy and lost everything. That's a grieving process, and grief. There's steps to grief and ways to grieve appropriately. And so there's a healthy way in which to do that. And so we're still in the planning stages of that initiative, but once that initiative is ready to roll out, we'll certainly blanket with flyers and our social media campaign, and so individuals will know when that's happening.
All right. I was watching a YouTube video this morning, and the lady was talking about an issue. I don't want to get too deep into it, but however, she was playing back some videos of issues that have happened in the United States, and she started getting very emotional in the middle of her video, and she was like, I'm trying not to cry, but these issues that we're facing, and at the time, it was Black issues, so it was, she was grieving for the people that were dealing with, and grieving just what we're facing in our society.
Grieving is the process of loss. It's dealing with losing whatever it is that was near and dear to you.
Absolutely.
So it could be divorce. The loss of a person you thought that you were going to be with for the rest of your life. Children. It could be you thought your child was going to go one way, they went another way, or your child has grown up and you still think they're little and they're not. So grieving is it can be anything. It's just a process of loss.
And we do just want to emphasize that Total Man Ministries is a community-based initiative, and we're a 501c3. And so if anybody wants to donate or looking for a cause to connect themselves with, please consider Total Man Ministries as a way to give back.
All right. Well, we thank you so much for that. In our last 2 minutes, any final words or comments to drive the message home?
We just want people to just come and give it a try, if nothing else. Come out and see what we're about. If it's up to par to you, then refer a friend, refer a family member. If you can't use these services, we know that there's someone that in your circle of influence that can use these services.
How selfish would you be to know about something that's available and you don't share it? So please help us spread the word. As Keisha mentioned, you may know someone, or you may know somebody that knows someone. Y'all were talking about it over lunch. Refer them to us. And once again, that number is 501-313-3712. You'll be greeted by a warm and friendly personality, either by phone or by text, and you'll get referred to where you need to go.
Parenting classes start on Tuesday, August the 20th from 6 to 7 in Kelly Hall.
And our NA classes are?
Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 o'clock. Totally new NA meetings. And I want to say this to all individuals who are struggling with addiction. You're not bad people. You just made some bad choices. And Total Man Ministry and Totally New NA Meetings is here to help you.
Yes.
And once again, that address, we're located in the Kelly Hall building, 2116 Thorn Street here in Jonesboro, Arkansas.
And if they have any questions, you can also reach out to us, to Gerard, Brenda, and myself.
Absolutely.
All right. Lachey says she would love to set up a forum where the guys can come out and speak about the ministry to the Northside community.
Absolutely. We'd love to do that.
She'll email Keisha. She appreciates what you guys are doing for the community. And Chrissy says the loss of self. Girl, let me tell you. That's a whole other stuff.
Grieving you. You thought you were once this way and find out you're something different. How to grieve that.
Okay.
Or what people thought you were. You bought into it.
Wait a minute.
Thank you all so much for coming.
You're welcome. Thank you for
having us. We appreciate it. It's been a great conversation.
Thank you so much.
everyone out there for your love and support with KLEK 102.5 FM, your community radio station. Have a great Friday.
Thank you for listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place while offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The views expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5 FM, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council, or our underwriters or sponsors.